pot to me, looks like it may be a short over here, and I think about 12:30 or 12:25 today. Let me pull up an intraday chart. I mentioned that I thought this was a pretty decent shorting opportunity, and that was pretty much right up here at the top when it started to break down a little bit. So I don't know, about 166 down to 160.50. So 5.5 points, not a bad little move for a quick day trade. We also were talking about GNK today, and this is all real time on our tag board. This is the free stuff over there, and GNK is a position I'm already short in. But I think around 215, I mentioned that it had just broken out of this triangle, and then it had fallen back into it, which is not a good sign. It's kind of a false breakout there. If it had closed above that triangle, it would have been a lot more bullish for this stock. Anyway, to me, it looks like it's in pretty good position for a short, and if you shorted it when I was talking about it over here, you would have made a buck or two on that one. But in general, this has had a big run up. The shippers have had a really nice run. This could be, just a pennant, like a bull pennant. Let me pull up a 15-minute chart so you get a better view of it. Like, here's the run and here's the pennant consolidation. That it could be that, certainly if this pushes off that support there that it's sitting on right now and breaks out again through this level, then I got to cover my short, and there's more upside, which there may be more upside because this one has run quite a bit, and we're getting towards the end of the month here, and all these guys who want to do window dressing and act like they were smart and say they bought GNK, they've had it in their portfolio, they may be buyers of GNK the next day or two here before the end of the month. But otherwise, if it breaks down below this level over here, maybe breaks down and retests that 62 area and falls down again, that would be probably a pretty nice short. That's kind of what I'm looking for, so we'll see how that plays off. In general, and by the way, let me just mention something real quick. This actually would be considered a bull trap because, as we broke out intraday wise, we didn't break out on a close, but as we broke out intraday, presumably longs would get excited and say, hey, let's jump on this breakout, and then when it falls back into this triangle, all of a sudden they're at a loss. So that's what a bull trap is generally, in general rather. So maybe there's a little move here to be had. So we'll see what happens anyway. Energy, let me pull up OIH. Energy is in this little triangle here. This is going to be a 1-minute chart. You can see it's forming a nice little consolidation, and this is OIH, and this is probably going to break out. So the energy stocks look pretty good. A lot of the basic material stocks in general, have had a nice run, and I think there's still some potential upside, especially with the window dressing in energy names like OXY, HES, RIG. Those could see some window dressing in natural gas, APA, APC, DVN, etc., and maybe even in steel, X and NUE, STLD. Coal also, we were watching ACI today. It looked like it was going to break out on the close. There's a 5-minute chart. Actually, let me pull up a daily chart first. So here's a daily chart. You can see big triangle formed over here on the daily chart, and then we were looking at this 5-minute chart today. Let me back out. And here's 4 p.m. yesterday. So you can see a pretty nice standard textbook breakout, from a triangle. It looked good. And then it fell back into the triangle. Now, I had mentioned the breakout around the time, it was just before it broke out, actually. I said it looked like it was going to break out. And I suggested to wait for it to test this 55 level again. And if it bounced off that, then, jump in on the long side. So it did not bounce off that 55 level. It broke through it, and then it tested it again, and that acted as resistance. So a lot of the coal stocks, to me, the basic materials in general look good, and I would think coal would look good. It's had a great run, but some of the stocks I saw today, it just looks like maybe momentum is fading a little bit out of the coal stocks. But we'll keep an eye on them. Gold is another one that I would think with window dressing could see some more upside. And you know, a lot of the gold stocks simply are just overbought. Let's pull up GLD, the ETF for gold. And on a daily chart, I mean, look at this run. It's just been nonstop. You know, part of this is inflationary pressures and you know, flight to safety. There's a lot of reasons, really. The sinking dollar, but it's had a pretty magnificent run, and I think there's a lot more upside in gold, most likely, the way the economy is going. But at this point, you know, maybe in the next couple of days, it does get the window dressing. But I think some of the gold stocks look like they're just ready for a pullback, which is not necessarily to say that you know, anything is over with their run. But here's AEM, and this is gold stock. And again, that rising wedge that we were talking about earlier with POT, there's the same pattern in AEM. And I've seen some other gold stocks that just look like maybe they're losing a little bit of momentum. Let me mention one last thing, just because I want to show you we were talking about bull flags. I just want to show you a bear flag. This is Prudential Financial. I'm actually got involved short over here. And this is a bear flag. Here's our little flag. And here would be, you know, our flagpole. And the rule of thumb with bear flags and bull flags, you have a flagpole. For a bear flag, you have a quick vertical drop. And for a bull flag, you would have a quick sharp rally that forms almost a vertical trend. And then you have a rally or a correction that is away from the trend. So in a bull flag, the correction, let me see if I can get out my pointer here. So a bull flag would run up like this, and the correction would be away from the trend, meaning it would kind of tilt down like that. Whereas a bear flag, like we see here, let me get up the pointer again. We see the flagpole down, and then the rally is up away from that trend. And typically what happens with these is when they break down, they will generally travel the distance of the flagpole. So in this case, about 85 down here to 70. So we see a breakdown somewhere around 75. We expect to see 15 points. So probably an eventual hold up of the pattern, or the measuring implication around $60. Let me clear all this away and we just take a look. The reason I kind of like this as a short is there's not a whole lot of risk right now, because we have some resistance right here. It's pretty good resistance. Financials, you know, and insurance specifically, while we've had some positive developments, you know, these things are just very, very unstable, and you know, news can come out any day where something shifts or breaks loose in one of these things, and they can drop. So I went ahead and took a chance. I didn't have too much to risk here. I didn't have a huge position anyway, and we'll see what happens. But that's going to be it for tonight. I will promise that I will get more videos out for you, and we'll look at some more concepts. Hopefully we're not just going to throw out, you know, stock picks or anything like that, but, you know, stuff like the bear flag and the bull flag and the triangles. Stop by tradeguild.net. We don't have the blogspot. Actually, you can still use tradeguild.blogspot.com, but it's easier now, tradeguild.net. We're also paired up with Trading to Win, and we're working on you know, making some member services available. We have a private website. We have private day trading sessions, and a list of ideas that you can take a look at. So we have some time. You can take a look at those for free right now, and maybe you want to get involved, or just come by the site and take advantage of all the free concepts and the free ideas that we have on the site. The chat on the tag board, like I was talking about, all these ideas that I mentioned, we're all there today with other traders just talking. Doesn't cost you anything, you know. We just really want to be there as a resource for people, and if you want to dig further or deep and you want to see what we're doing day to day, we make that available as well. So thanks for your time. Come by and visit, and good trading.